Hi, I'm Marcus Kupla, and this is Gray Zone Therapy. Life isn't black and white, so why think in black and white? That's not where we live. So let's do some therapy in the gray zone. Today's video is about tradition, and you might know me from such traditional videos as camping, everybody's tradition until we invented houses, and drink this, it's a tradition in our family. From my satire, you can probably guess that what I'm getting at is tradition isn't always a good thing. Tradition is, at its core, a repetition of something that, at some point, had some value for the people who started it. In fact, when people started doing it, it wasn't a tradition. It was something that they did for some reason. There are a lot of behaviors out there that we continue to engage in because we've done it in the past, or because we learned from, say, our parents or something. And tradition is not an acceptable excuse for bad behavior. I'm going to say that again. That might cause a little bit of disagreement. Tradition is not an excuse for bad behavior. It's not okay to do something bad because other people have done it in the past. Bad behavior born out of tradition comes from a lot of different places. Sometimes it comes from a different time and place where that particular behavior or belief system was a good thing. Sometimes it comes out of a time and place where, because things were different, it didn't have negative consequences maybe. Bad behavior for the sake of tradition is not okay. It does not excuse bad behavior just because it's been done in the past, or because you've done it in the past, or because somebody has done it to you. And this segues to one of the common causes of bad behavior through tradition is often because it's bad, people have experienced something bad, but then they perpetuate it to the next people. And the idea there is, what they're saying to themselves is, well, I suffered, so they should suffer. Right? Isn't that kind of a mean thing to say? I suffered, so you should suffer. That's extremely inconsiderate. However, that's something that the majority of us do when we have suffered, because we feel it's not fair if I've had to suffer and somebody else gets it easy. And if somebody else gets it easy because I suffered, ooh, right, that rage. How dare somebody else get something positive off of my back? I deserve to be treated well as well. We're not denying that. What I'm saying is we need to let that go because it's not fair to the next person. It's not okay. Tradition does not excuse bad behavior. It wasn't okay for somebody to do it to you, and it's not okay for you to do it to somebody else. Now you might be saying, well, but it's not fair. I agree, it isn't fair. However, we have the opportunity to do something that is right and to disengage from negative behaviors just because it's tradition. Because something's been done in the past does not mean that it is okay to do now. That is false logic. Traditions come from somewhere. Most traditions are born of trying to solve some kind of problem or to address an issue. However, when we get down the line far enough, if it's a tradition, so to speak, then the problem is no longer present, and it's okay to disengage with that behavior. We can let that go. And in fact, as parents, we often do this. We want the world to be a better place. We want our kids to have it easier than us. And so, if you notice any of this bad behavior happening, particularly from yourself, because that's tradition, go ahead and say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to be a better me. I'm going to do something to help break that tradition. In fact, maybe that's a tradition that we don't need anymore. And let that go. In fact, if we hold on to our past pain and suffering because something's been done to us, it's going to be hard for us to move on, to feel happy. So I challenge you to think about anything you might be doing that's bad behavior and let it go. Don't dwell on it. And, take a bit of a parental role and make things better for the next person or the next people. Whether it's a promotion, the next people at work, the next generation of something, or, your children or somebody else's children. Let's try and be a better us. And it's okay to let go of some of those negative traditions. Well, that's it. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Take care.